this is a natural harbour. It's incredibly big. It's about 36 square kilometres. And on the northern side of the shore, it's quite urban. You've got Poole over there. But on the southern and western areas, including the Isle of Purbeck Peninsula, surrounding islands like Brownsea Island, it is much quieter for them. And it's much shallower as well. It's only, on average, less than about 0.5 metres. And it's full of fish like grey mullet and therefore full of birds. And that's exactly what these eagles are after. Obviously, an area that's full of prey is going to immediately attract more large, bigger predator birds just like this. Now, we've sent our wildlife teams out to go and have a look at them in action, flying around, and we've seen some fantastic things. The reintroduction project has been incredibly successful. It's been from the Forestry England and also from the wonderful Roy Dennis Wildlife Foundation. Now, they've been able to get a keen eye into these animals' lives by monitoring them very, very closely. Now, Steve Egerton-Reid is from Forestry England, and he's been studying them since they've been released here. And I'm quite envious of him. I've been watching this white-tailed eagle for the last couple of hours, but he spent over 5,000 hours watching, and I'm so excited about that, very jealous of him. But he's very particularly interested in their diets, and I happen to have some data that he's collected there. Now, typically with their diets, we're getting it from pellets and poo, which isn't actually as accurate, it's a bit biased, but we're watching them with the eye like Steve has, you get some really good data. So look at this. So about 21% fish makes up a white-tailed eagle's diet. I was a bit surprised by that, I thought that was a bit low. Got 1% crustacean, 4% mollusk, 36% birds, 26% mammals, and 12%, something we don't know. And I was really surprised, especially by the mollusk. Is it your typical garden snail, or could it be something a little bit bigger? Well, photographers looking around and out the bay have been keeping a close eye on these birds and seeing exactly what they've been up to. And look here, Ainsley Bennett got this fantastic photograph of one taking a common cuttlefish. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Now, I happen to have a cuttlefish bone here, and when these cuttlefish spawn, they sadly die. That means they'll float to the surface or they'll beach themselves, and then it's easy pickings for a white-tailed eagle. But what's really interesting about Steve's data is actually how their diet changes as they get older. So, for example, we've got all these bars here which indicate the years that they have been out in the wild since their re-release into this area. So 1 year after release, 2 years after release, and so on. Now, the mammals is particularly interesting in yellow. So the number of mammals they eat when they first release is quite a lot, but that declines as they get older. And the number of fish in pink seems to increase. And that's largely because the birds become a lot more specialised. They've become more skilled in finding those fish and preying on them. So it's fascinating to see that change in behaviour over time. Now, we do have a white-tailed eagle live. I mean, let's go to it one last time to see her. G466. What a beautiful, beautiful bird she is. I'm so pleased we managed to bring her live to you all. It's made my day. I hope it's made yours too.